good? I'm good. My name's Dino Archie. My companion and confidant, Jordan, J Money, J Peso.
Hey.
Yeah, let's go, man. This is our first live, man. How you feeling? We got here. God damn it.
We fucking did it.
We got here. It took years. 5 years. Just for one person to watch us live, you know.
It definitely feels like 5 years, for sure.
You got to start somewhere, man. You got to start at humble beginnings, you know. So I'm grateful. I'm feeling good. You know, skin's looking good. You know, the beard. What you think? Should I keep the beard or get rid of it, bro?
Keep the beard,
Keep
for sure.
the beard.
Like, we got to stick together on this.
Yeah, bearded
Until
bros.
this podcast gets 1 million, we keep the beard.
We're keeping beards. We're the bearded brotherhood. The bearded brotherhood brothers. Yeah, this is Night Talk, so we're gonna get straight to it, man. We got some crazy news. This is a show that I give you the news from my algorithm. It's all night talk. It's not all of it's night talk, but a lot of it's oriented for the night. It should be consumed at night. It's best consumed in when the rules are different, when you can talk some shit a little bit different. Excuse my language. Jordan, do you talk to birds? Do you respect crows?
I respect and fear crows.
You respect and fear. You have a healthy fear and respect for crows. I do too, sir. I talk to them though, and they talk back. Crows talk shit, and they give you wisdom. I sound like I'm talking about some acid talk. No, just day to day. Crows let you know, like, nigga, don't do that. Call. That's what that means.
Yeah, if you go down the wrong street, they'll let you know, like, you don't belong here. They'll run in.
Yeah, it's usually don't come down this neighborhood. It's mostly crows are thugs, and I don't mess with crows. But I would eat the shit out of a swan. I'll put that. I'm just gonna say that right now. That sounds random, but that's coming in. This is news today. So
yeah. Not
Not only does Night Talk give you the weekly algorithm news from the week, but we give you on the hour, in the hour news. So this is in from New York. Teens 16, 17, and 18 accused of brutal killing of beloved swan, Mom Faye, in New York town, and then eating the bird. And these were refugees from Myanmar, and they arrested them. Did you see could you put that photo up again?
Yeah.
Look at this kid. Look how happy this Already I wanna become a lawyer and get this kid off. Because how can you say, hey, come to our country, open arms. You see a swan, you're from Myanmar. You don't know that that swan means anything to us. A swan look like a big ass golden goose, you know? It's beautiful.
Totally.
It probably tastes delicious. You see that smile on his face, he didn't regret it.
No, man, he just came to a new world. There's bountiful food everywhere. He's like, oh my God, this is better than I could ever hope for.
It's a swan, and they have 4 children. So they took they said they accused him of kidnapping. They said he kidnapped the kids. This is racist. I'm not even Myanmarian. And this is racist.
Was there a ransom?
Right, that's what the language, the Americans care too much about animals. not enough about crows.
All right. I'm willing to
Yeah. You gonna roll with me on that?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't even want to say the dude's name. He's 18. I want to protect his identity, but they said his accomplices, just the language they use. Accomplices were charged with the felony, grand larceny, criminal mischief, and they said I won't say his name. The kid. He's a kid was smiling proudly at reporters. He didn't even know he was full. He was so like, damn, that was delicious, man.
Yeah.
What am I under arrest for? So they got they pretty much the swan. This is how good swans got it. The swan. This is a little village outside of Syracuse, New York, and the swan was the mascot of the village. He didn't know that. There's no team. That's a food right there. That's a plate.
Yeah.
You don't show a hungry ass refugee a white. It's because I don't know. I don't want to throw race into it. But anyways, the guy's he's arrested and they might be deported. So free my I'm gonna say his name. Free my nigga Hussein.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it'd just be easier to get a new Swan.
They have 4 of them.
Yeah, like just the townspeople would never have to know.
It'd be different if that's a fact, and it'd be different if they killed the kids and wrote a ransom or did all of that and held them for ransom or something.
Did some weird shit with
there was no weird. They were gonna raise the kids. In fact, that was their plan. They got it here. They got a quote here. They say they jumped. Yeah, they said the police say they jumped a fence in the middle of the night. They stole the swan. The children were abducted, later retrieved unharmed, mind you. The teens told the police they intended to raise them as pets. Isn't that beloved?
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. There's no justice. So our first story is a little bittersweet. You know, they got to eat good, but they might be going back to Myanmar. If I was a immigration lawyer, I'd step in. So, you know, if somebody hears this, you know, these guys could use your help. Okay, so that's a little bit light. That's light. That's just an appetizer for.
We're back, baby. Night talk.
We're back. It's night talk, man. This is where we get into it. So we're gonna cover a few topics tonight. We're gonna cover the age-old question: should women go 50-50? That's gonna be a topic. We're gonna go over that, and we're gonna go over airplane etiquette. Airplane etiquette. Why are the skies so goddamn unfriendly? What's happening? Is something in the air? Was it always like this? I know in my algorithm, I don't know what's popping up in yours, but every day it's goddamn WrestleMania on a flight. Everybody's getting kicked off the flight. Even the goddamn pilot is losing. The pilots are going nuts. Play the clip, man.
Hey, if you don't feel safe, get off the airplane.
This is your captain speaking, but never like this.
I'll stop, and we'll fly the airplane. Don't worry, I'm going to let my co-pilot fly it. He's a man.
Wow.
Okay?
It's a total meltdown. The pilot boarded in her street clothes and addressed the passengers over the...
What? Why did the man have to come into it? Why did we have to get a shot?
Yeah, I feel like her and that co-pilot have had like some problems in the past, and we're getting to deal with it now.
I don't. Yeah. I feel fine with the woman flying the plane.
Yeah.
Just don't grab the mic and do crowd work. That's all. That should be against FCC regulations. Not say just women doing it, but anybody. It sounded like I was saying women shouldn't do crowd work. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you as the pilot, what are you doing? What are you doing, man?
Yeah.
There's an etiquette to flying. We've always known that the pilots live in their world and we live in ours. The only time you want to see a pilot is when you land, if the flight was good.
Yeah.
That's the only time they come out.
And like the stewardesses or whatever, they're the consigliere. Like they're the go-between. That's the only way you ever get to communicate with the pilot is
Everyone
they have a layer between them.
There's a layer, yeah. I don't want to see my pilot in jeans.
No, never.
In mom jeans, talking crazy, talking about if you feel unsafe, leave. Yes, I feel very unsafe.
Yeah.
I never seen it like this though before. I didn't know that was a thing. I've been flying for years, and have you ever seen an incident in the airport?
No.
What the hell is going on there? Why is it every day there's something crazy? This is a pilot. They were flying the plane somehow, or they were about to, and all these passengers captured it. 20 passengers wanted to leave. And she was trying to stop them. And yeah, but you can play the tape. See what the next thing she said.
And political candidates. And the minute she mentioned that, a gentleman stood up and just yelled, "Whoa, enough, you're scaring me."
Another passenger, Randy Reese, got up to leave and gave a running comment.
Yo, If a grown man says that, you know how wild it has to be for a grown man to go, enough.
Yeah.
Whoa. He said, whoa, you're scaring me. And got up and left, and she tried to stop him.
He easily has 112 pounds on her. And he's like, I'm afraid now.
This man was terrified, man. He was shook. He was straight shook, man. And then she wrapped it off with some, this was her final crowd work, her final bit.
Her closer?
This was her closer.
Did I offend you? Okay, so did I purposely offend you? I did. The answer is yes.
The more she tried to convince everyone she was okay to fly, the more people got off.
Flight attendants, please disarm doors.
Anthony Roman is a retired pilot.
Everything went wrong.
Well, that sums that up. That lets you know how that's going. That's terrifying, man. Because every time I fly, I think flying's a miracle.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I don't understand. I'm too dumb to understand how simple and easy people claim it is. People can't even explain turbulence. It'd be a fucking lovely day out, and your plane starts shaking like it's gonna turn upside down. I always feel like it's gonna fall out of the sky. Like, I'm terrified. I'm very respectful in planes. Actually, I'm respectful, but at this point, I do kind of give a little guff to flight attendants. Not just because now I feel like flight attendants are on edge. Like, everybody's on edge. You know, like I sit down, and if you're not ready with your order, you know, when you want something to drink, or you're like taking a nap, flight attendant woke me up, shook me, you know, like, hey, what are you drinking? I'm like, bitch, I didn't mean to call you bitch. I'm sorry.
I made my choice. I'm asleep.
Yeah, let me rest. So people are on edge. There is a little fantasy though of when you're sitting in that emergency exit. Has it ever crossed your mind?
Mile High Club?
A different fantasy. That's in the bathroom. You gotta do that in the bathroom. That's in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'm talking about just this sick party that wants to open the door.
Oh, that part.
Just to see what happens.
I know that part.
Well, you know that part because they always, every time you sit down, in the emergency exit, they give you that little, they talk to you like your kids. You're like, have you ever done this? Are you prepared to? And you're just not listening. But then you look at that door, you go, can I just open that fucking door?
Do I have the power to do this?
To ruin
everyone's lives is in my control.
I kind of want to see. I want to see what happened, and I'm not the only one out there. Play the footage, goddammit. Can you even hear it? Oh, you can't hear the wind blowing? Look at them. Look. Woo! Let's go! Oh my God. Don't you feel like alive?
I feel alive.
I feel alive, bro.
Yeah.
When that came, I feel alive. Something about that. Because I'm already a pussy on flights. I already feel terrified, and I feel like I'm going to die. No matter what flight I'm on, outside I'm cool. Inside I'm a whole bitch, right? But then there's a little sweet relief when turbulence gets so bad that you really are like, okay, this is it. And once you really give up, that idea of like, you're like, hey man, I had a good life.
Totally. Yep.
Not in a morbid way, just in a real way. Like,
no, beloved acceptance.
In a beloved, oh my God, beloved acceptance.
Yeah.
Beloved acceptance hey man, now we're here. That guy, I totally get, I don't know, maybe that makes me sick, but the details of the flight were, it was on Asiana airline. They were 2 to 3 minutes from landing. So he wasn't just 30,000 feet in the air. So that's absolutely batshit crazy. I'm not even gonna front. That's crazy. But when when you could see the ground, you're like, what? Does this
rushing towards you?
Yeah. Do these seatbelts work? What's gonna happen? And for someone to just to do it is wild, man. It's wild, man. The man opened the door. He opened the cover and pulled the release, so the door opened about 200 meters above ground. No one was hurt in the incident, but 9 people were transferred to the hospital. I don't know what it is. Something about flying, man. People are like, yeah, people are done playing by the rules or something.
Yeah, it was almost like during the lockdown, people started like not getting a little bit fed up with being told what to do with all the procedures on top of the airplane hassle, on top of like the fact that you could die. And then Delta just kept getting videotaped of people just like getting duct taped and thrown out, and just them dealing terribly with bad passengers, right, to the point where the passengers are like, "Well, fuck all airplanes. We're gonna revolt and fight back."
It's war.
Yeah,
it's straight up war, and I'm definitely not condoning and saying, "Hey, pull the emergency door just to see what happens." I'm just
you are little.
I'm okay. I am saying that I would be curious to know what that would feel like. I'm not saying to do that.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not saying to do that. I'm
Nice
not saying
nice legal save.
Yeah, we're gonna make it clear that I'm not saying that, but there is sometimes when you do break the rules or speak up and it's justified. There's sometimes when you just say, hey man, fuck this, and it just makes sense. So that brings us to the last part of this segment. And this is what inspired this segment. I saw this video a couple weeks ago. It was a guy named, I saw it on TikTok. This guy named Mark. It came from Mark Grabkowski's account. Grabkowski grabbed some great footage, and he filmed a man who was sick and tired of the bullshit. It was a baby. Now we only know the 2 minutes of the video, but the setup, the man says it clearly in there. We'll play the video, but just for the background, he had been on a flight for maybe three or 4 hours, and a baby was just yelling the whole flight, and he just was done with it, and he couldn't stay silent anymore. I'll put it that way. Okay, that's not that long. Okay, that's barely.
Calm the child down, please. I had headphones on. I was sleeping. Why is the baby yelling? I'm not screaming. You want me to scream? You want me to scream?
You want that?
Please stop the baby.
Why is he laughing?
It makes it so much better that he's enjoying it so much.
I know you're not going there. You're not.
Wait, pause it. He said if that baby was black. Oh my God, you can't do that. Look, you can pull a race car. Look, I'm not above pulling a race car, but you got to break the race card in case of emergency. You can't just water down you can't throw that out. It loses its gusto if you just throw that out any old time.
I do want to hear the rest of that sentence.
you can rewind it. You rewind it.
No,
I'll
they
shut
don't
up.
let him finish.
Rewind it. I'll shut up.
No, I don't think they let him finish.
Oh, they didn't let him finish?
No.
Was that it?
Heading to Orlando now. He's refusing to get off the plane.
Yeah, see, now this is when you got to double down. Either you bail out or you double down
All
here.
getting the plane.
They wouldn't let him. They wouldn't let him get to it.
His wife? Oh my God. I love her face.
That's my nigga. For real. There's I see this. You tell me what you think. Then I'll tell you where I'm coming from. Or I can start.
No, you hit.
Okay, I'll go first. This guy, he did the thing that we all want to do when a baby's screaming too long on a flight.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody's thinking that, but nobody has the stones to say it. Baby, just shut the fuck up. because the parents aren't gonna say, and I know that sounds crazy, like, oh, you can't attack a baby. You're not attacking a baby. You're just telling the baby to shut up. And he didn't even tell the baby. He told the flight attendants to tell the baby to stop yelling. So this all might sound unreasonable to the average adult, but I feel where he's coming from, because he's saying the thing we all want to say, and then as soon as he says it, everybody turns on him. You know, everybody turns on him. Even the way the flight attendants were talking to him. Flight attendants have a very condescending way. Like, if it was me, I'd have said, hey, man, first of all, I feel you. I don't want that baby. I wish that baby would shut the fuck up, but you got to relax. Nobody did that.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody did that. They gaslit him and made him think that baby, you know, had a right to scream for 40 minutes. That's not that long. I thought it was 4 hours, you know, but I feel like my man, you know, he finally went. I like to see a black man go Karen too. There was something beautiful about that when a black man goes full Karen.
Well, yeah, like you're saying, like he's acknowledging what we all know is that if you take a baby on the plane, you're selfishly gambling with everyone's like comfort for the rest of this flight. And that's on you. You're saying, this could be awful for everyone. And I'm doing this most likely because most people fly out their babies for vacation or whatever. It's rarely that they're, you know, anyway, for whatever reason, but it's not like they're out there, we have to do this, but you know what I'm trying to say.
I know what you're trying to say. And I just don't get how the police when did it become illegal to tell a baby to shut up? How is that a crime?
Yeah.
What kind of society do we live in where you can't just tell a baby shut up? I don't want to live in that world. So I'm saying that. I'm his advocate. Again, everything's pointing me to becoming a lawyer, man. You know, I think after this comedy stuff kind of, you know, once I retire from this, I'm just going to take on cases like this. Because this guy, I'm not going to say he's a hero, but he definitely was doing the Lord's work. And when you do the Lord's work, people turn on you. When you tell the truth, this is what happens. I don't know what happened to the guy. I try to look him up. But if hey, bro, if you see this, if you out there, holler at me, man. I want to interview you on Night Talk. Come tell your story. This is a safe place for you, bro. Ain't no babies around. They're going to be screaming at you. No wife, no cops. Oh, brother. You just want to get from A to B. I get it, man. I get it. Because there's certain things you can't do in polite society. You can't tell a baby to shut up. You got to like be nice to old people. You got to give old people hella time, and you can't eat a swine. These are a few of the things, you know, that I don't know, man, that I got questions about. That's all I'm gonna say. You know,
is this a free country or not? What are we doing?
Yeah, what is this? You know, I feel like a refugee in my own country. I'm not even in my country. I'm in Canada right now. This is the one, man. This is the age old. Ever since money came in the mix, this has been. I bet you they were talking about this back, you know, when Jesus was riding in chariots and stuff, you know, back in the Hebrews, you know, when Moses and them was walking down the desert, you know, whenever someone had some money and you had a woman, there was a debate. Does a man have to provide 100% of the money, of the resources in a relationship? Or can you go 50-50? So I feel like it's an attack. I feel like it's an attack on broke men. Broke men are under attack in America, in North America.
Help us. We're under attack.
We're under attack. We don't have the money. We don't have the money. So not only do we not have the money, but if we do, we have to just give it all to you. We have to produce the whole.
Yeah,
it's like, imagine if you produced a movie. Someone said, "Hey, I want you to produce a movie. I need you," but you put up 100% of the money, and I get half of the profit. That math ain't mathing.
Well, I mean, if I'm making a movie, you're probably going to be in the movie. That's not even the scenario we're talking about here. We're talking about we produce a movie together.
Okay.
And then we're paying the person who cleans and cooks. We're paying that person half of the movie. We're paying the catering department.
Ooh.
The entire budget of half the film.
I like the way you broke
because,
that down.
That's their.
Is
that's
that
what
the
they're
deal?
doing.
Is that the split? Is that the split? So if you paid 100, the lady cooks and cleans all the meals.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming there's some kind of service,
there's some kind of thing,
some kind of exchange and thing, and then whatever kind of value you're adding.
The only thing about that, then that means that every woman has to be a master chef and a maid. You know what I mean? And that kind of
but some dudes only like cheeseburgers and pizza.
Okay, so then why don't you save all that money of yours and get a prostitute or a sex worker?
Who says I'm not?
This guy's 2 steps ahead of me. You're at the finish line. You're like, I've been waiting for you.
Yeah, I'll see you over there, buddy. I got drinks waiting.
Oh my God. We jumped too far ahead. This is a very male perspective, and I understand that. I think maybe 75% of our audience are males, so I'm not just trying to cater to our audience. I don't want to speak for the female mindset. So I'm gonna let. What'd you say?
Hi, Sam.
The one, our one our one female listener. I don't want to, so I'm gonna let the females speak for themselves. This is an interview from Sexy Red. We're gonna see how she feels about. In fact, actually, before we play that, the reason this conversation came to light was because Gabrielle Union a few weeks ago did an interview. She's very outspoken. She's an activist for queer and LGBT, people rights and she had an NAACP award and people celebrate her and then she said I paid 50-50 with my husband Dwayne Wade, and who's a millionaire and all this, and they cooked her. Women were like, are you nuts? 50-50. If I was with a guy who was worth $100 million, I wouldn't pay nothing. And whoever said that wouldn't be ever in danger of being in that position.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, women turned on her because of that. So I was like, what's happening? Where's the conversation? How do other people feel? So then Sexy Red, her interview came up, and go ahead and play her thoughts on the 50-50. This is a rapper out of Detroit, St. Louis.
Things about all this 50-50 talk we been hearing nowadays.
I think that's cool. That's fair. Cause if my son got a girlfriend and she think he gotta pay, I got a son. So if his thinks he gotta pay everything, cause it do not work like that. Like that gotta be fair. I just feel like it's fair game. We all, cause I feel like how they try to say, oh, he a dude, so he can do that. I don't think that's right either. Girls do the same. So I just say I don't be putting those titles on. I just say we are all people. 50-50. It's just that's life. You gotta be fair.
Alexa, play Sexy Red. We don't have Alexa in here, but if we did, Sexy Red is my new favorite rapper. I'm gonna put it like that. That's brave. For her to say that in this climate when no woman wants to go 50-50, that's brave. I didn't know Sexy Red before this, but I'm downloading all her music. I'm going to her concerts. I'm supporting Sexy Red. God damn it. Go ahead, you go
Does
ahead.
that have nothing to do with the fact that she did that entire interview with her vagina hanging out and they had to pixelate it?
I didn't even look at that, you pervert.
It's the first thing I saw.
Eyes up, you creep. Look at, see, you didn't even hear the, you didn't hear the words
take
out.
That seriously.
But you don't know if they do that on The Bachelor. They'll blur out a girl's ass. So you don't know if she didn't have no panties on. She didn't know if she went Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct.
I'm willing to take that bet.
You wanted to take that bet? Well, that ain't the point, Jordan. The point is what she was saying. This guy's a pig. I love it. I love it. No, she talk about what she said. Address what she said, Jordan. I'm asking the tough questions today. We're not talking about vagina lips out.
I was lost in the fact that she was just flashing probably a live studio audience.
You're a monster. Okay. All right. You don't want to take this seriously. All right. You gonna?
I know. Regardless, I'm still probably just gonna have to pay, regardless of what people think.
You're gonna pay no matter what.
I'm gonna have to.
Okay. You know what? If I care about somebody, I'm a generous person. I feel like, if it's me and you, if our backs against the wall, if I got $10 and we in it together, we went in it together, you got $5. So, or maybe you need more than that, But if we're a team, it's petty. It's petty squabblings. But if there's some kind of rule of somebody coming into a relationship saying, I'm not paying for shit because you got some money and we both split the earnings that you bring in, that sounds like a scam, and I'd rather give Sexy Red my goddamn money.
Yeah.
That's my point. All right. So you took it to the gutter. I wanted to have a real conversation about it, but we need a female perspective on that one. That one we need a female perspective on. That one, because Jordan just completely took that to the gutter.
Yeah.
I didn't even see the
professionally single guy. I'm not going to get like the most introspective
on the 50-50 on the bro.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. How about on a date then? Do you ever go on dates?
Yeah.
And then do you? What's your rule on dates?
Well, I think kind of what you're saying. Like, I don't like it when there's a rule. Like, it's when you want to do it for someone. That's when it's good, and that's when it's like you're like, oh, I don't mind paying for you or doing whatever. And then when that usually happens, it usually ends up always being me. But it's never like when someone comes into a relationship saying like, hey, it's 50-50 or this is the way it has to be. Then I'm immediately turned off. I don't like the way that it has to be said. It's kind of like, yeah, if we're gonna do this, we're in it together,
right?
All the way, and then. Sometimes it's you, sometimes it's me, whether we're leaning on it. It's never 50-50. Sometimes it's 80, sometimes it's 20. It's wherever we are in life at that time.
I knew you had it in you, brother.
See it?
There we go.
I'm a real boy.
Yeah. Oh, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. If people make smaller incomes than 50-50. Oh, similar incomes. Can't hear. No, that's what my wife, she said, if people make similar incomes, then it's 50-50. So if somebody's getting a million and the other person's getting 50,000 and it's like, no, it's still 50-50, that sounds kind of petty.
Yeah. That
could be a little petty. But if it's too low though, then you do got to make up your weight, I guess. You got to pick up a spatula and move a couch or something.
Do my taxes. Something.
Yeah, something. Yeah. Paint the roof. Yeah, change the oil or something. Kick the tires around.
Yeah, Cielo needs a new coat of spackle. Let's get going here.
Yeah, no. When I'm, being an entertainer, my pockets get low, at times, and my old lady picks up the slack.
Yeah.
Ain't no 50. Ain't no, 50-50. It's 100-100. That's what I say. Either you're in or you're fucking out. Because when the bag comes and you wasn't in, then you out. It's a good segment, man. It's a good segment. Okay, we are rolling, man. How much time we in here? 34 minutes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, okay. We'll do a quick one on Bud Light.
Time for a drink?
You want to do it? Yeah. I think I'm a little thirsty, man. Yeah. I could use a Bud Light, brother.
A little palate refresher.
Yeah, I could use a Bud Light. Not any beer. I want Bud Light, man. Let me drink this. Got a little Bud in here, brother. Now, everybody has already talked about Bud Light's collaboration with Dylan Mulvaney. So we're not that podcast. We're not that talk show. We don't come on and just do stories because everyone else is doing them. That's a month old. So we're like vultures. We're like crows. We come in when there's some little extra pickings on the bone. We come in and after the dust is settled. So after the dust is settled, people already know about the story. Bud Light went with Dylan Mulvaney, trans representative, it girl, to push their beer, and they lost $10 billion.
Just overnight.
Just so that's the update. Yeah, that's as cut and dry as you get it.
Yeah.
And I feel like people been trolling, or there are some people who are hateful or are angry. That's not ever where our podcast is coming from. I don't even like calling it podcasts. Our TV show is coming from. But I think it's a casting issue. I think play the video.
Yeah. Cheers. Go team. Whatever team you love, I love too. Okay.
Okay, see, now look.
Love ya. Okay, break a leg.
Now that fucking lady do not drink beer. That's not a beer drinking lady. That's just, my mind goes, I'm not buying Bud Light because of her. That particular lady who used to be a fella, but that lady, that's a classy lady. She had the where you smoke a cigarette with a long stick.
Yeah, she needs like a martini or a Manhattan in her hand.
Martini.
Yeah.
That's a Sex in the City lady.
100%.
That's not a girl that goes off in the bush and four wheels and hey brother and just scoots it to the side and
you see that game? What score of the game there, boy?
Yeah, you don't even know the sports. you whatever team. Yeah.
That's so condescending. She said that.
I was out of the whole loop. I'm not even in America. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But they said the prices went down on Bud Light. They even had a photo of a stack of Bud Lights of $1.20. See, I don't know. That might be cap, but if they're $1.78 per case, man, when I was an alcoholic, this is the time to go Bud Light.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
feels illegal.
Oh man, I wouldn't be boycotting. I would buy the whole sleeve.
Yeah,
I'd be buying Bud Light left and right, man. I like Bud. I just don't like the pick. You can't just put any old person on the can and say, "Oh, okay, now if you don't drink it, you're a phobia. You have some kind of phobia." Some of them do. Nah, me, I just think that they overlooked. They overlooked the best candidate, the best person for the job would have been our girl. It was so obvious. It was so obvious.
So it was right there.
It was like, why didn't they ask us? We've been repping the person that I'm about to say. We've been repping from day one.
We need to start our own sports agency.
We need to. God. 2 words. Leah Thomas. You punk ass not her, the people listening.
Yeah.
Look at them. Look, that's a winner. America likes a winner.
She's already wearing their colors.
Got
what are
the
we doing
blue,
here?
Got the white. Let's go. America likes a winner. Look at those shoulders, brother. You don't think that lady drinks beer by the barrel?
You could for sure put a 6-pack across her shoulders.
Oh.
Bud Light and just have her drink them.
Pal, that lady could drink us both under the table. That's who I want representing Bud Light. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm leaving it at that. They not gonna cancel us, man. They're gonna give us an award after this. We're allies of the LGBT community, but you just picked the wrong one. Put Leah on that, man, and see that 10 billion. They're 10 billion under.
Get her cheers in with Caitlyn Jenner. Come on, what are we doing here?
It's a wrap, man. Yeah. Then you put them two. You put them two on a ticket. There's an election coming up soon.
Get them on a tandem. You get them on
together? A tandem bike. That's a TV show. 2 of the best athletes ever. They don't lose. Those ladies don't lose. They beat men. They beat women. They kick ass. And they drink Bud Light. That's the commercial.
Gold medals and Bud Light.
Oh, Bussy and Bud Light. Okay. You got to X that part out. Let's go. Okay.
Pause.
All right. Pause. All right. Okay. Now we're cooking. Right when we're landing. Now we're about to land this plane. We're about 600 meters from landing.
Pull the latch.
I just pulled the latch. That's what that felt like. Saying that, sometimes when you say the thing that you're not supposed to say, it feels like you just pulled the emergency exit. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Feels good.
It feels good. If no one's gonna be hurt. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, let's take this. Let's land this plane, man. Let's take this home with a quick new segment called That's Petty. So I get me being low road, the Lord of the low road, as I'm known in some circles. I get tagged and DM'd a lot of just, low life, low road, petty headlines and stories from around the world. So I'm gonna start highlighting a couple of them here. This one is from my buddy Johnny Paul. He sent me this one. I can't read that. Can you read that for me?
This guy had checks made of him and his new wife printed so that he could write alimony checks to his ex. on the checks themselves, for anyone who's just listening, it's just there's different photos on each check of them just like at their wedding, having a good time, laughing, and in the little bottom corner where there's like a little note you can write and have printed, it says "Never been happier. I love my new wife." On every check, it says that on every check.
Hey man, this guy's got it covered, man. I think I might be related to this dude. This might be my uncle, man. I love a petty. I love when you just take a loss and turn it into a win somehow. To have to pay alimony, that's a loss. No one wants to have to pay alimony.
No.
That's that 50-50. Now it's just 100. She's not cooking for you, cleaning. You just got to give her residuals and royalties just for being with you. Just the fact that she was with you. And the only way you could get it back, I mean, you could hire a unaliver, a professional. You know how everyone's saying that? You can't say the other word. Online, everyone says unalive. You can't say the other word.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah. That's why I said that.
Yeah.
A couple people will get it. Yeah, so you could hire a professional unaliver to make that problem go away. There's a lot of risk in that.
Yeah.
It's getting caught, or you could hit them where it hurts, with the wallet, is hey, I'm happy. That's petty to use your new wife to piss off the old one, but that's what new wives are for, I guess. Hey, that's petty, my man. Yeah, she got that money, but she also got that work. So there we go with that. And we got one more that's petty. Dear Jane.
Dear Jane is a Ask Advice article, and this one writes, "I'm bitterly jealous of my own daughter. She is prettier, smarter, and more intelligent than me, and I hate her for it."
It doesn't get more just sad and low and pathetic than that. This is a bad stereotype for women. It's like, for you to be. I don't know. We have there is a female in the building right now. She's not on mic by choice. by choice.
By her choice.
By her choice. By my choice. It was her choice. So I would love to have a female perspective of this. So I might bring this back around. If you don't got to do it right now, but will you come back? Do you think you'll be back? Okay, so we can spin the block on this, because how many moms, is this common? Are moms just hating on their daughters like this?
I gotta assume it's like, I'll say 20%.
20%.
I'll put 20 up there.
20 up there? Yeah. I'm gonna say probably 40. And I'm gonna say actually maybe 50.
50% of their mothers hate their daughters. In a spiteful, jealous kind of way.
But only 10% act on it. Like actively, because in the article here it says in the article it says she. Oh my gosh, what did it say?
I'll read some of it for you. I am the mother of a bright and beautiful, friendly 15-year-old who I love very much. But in the recent years, a pit of jealousy has started growing over just of how talented and popular my daughter has become. I've spent much of my life feeling a little more than average. I'm not ugly, but I'm not pretty. I'm not dumb, but I'm not what you consider intelligent. I have some good friends, but popular is not something anyone uses to describe me.
Just sounds like a muggle.
Word salad.
Just a muggle butt. This lady's a real muggle. You know? Just a troll. What kind of troll is it? So if she's an ugly, dumb troll who hates her daughter, then her husband must be a good-looking guy. Pause.
Well, I mean, if it's because her daughter
is beautiful.
Her daughter, on the other hand, is spectacular. This is her words, spectacular. She has an enormous group of friends. All of the time, all of her friends want to spend their time with her. She is one of the highest achieving students in her class. She is confident with most adults and has confidence that I can only dream of.
Yeah, and then that's crazy, man, to have a kid that's flourishing and you're just sitting there, just a golem, just a fat golem. You know, she's probably generous to herself too in how she described herself.
Yeah,
I'm going in on this lady, but to hate on your daughter who's thriving is crazy, man. And she goes, it feels as though she started to pick up on those feelings, and she pushed. Oh, you think?
Yeah.
You think I could pick up on a mother not loving me? You fucking weirdo. You sicko. Yeah, you think I can't get the vibe that you're not that into me? You sick. But she said, yeah, I can't stand and she goes, she's pushing me away. So now that she's hip to it and goes, you know what? I'm 15. I'm about to be out of this dump and away from you and never around you again. Now you want to start. Oh, she's starting to push me away. I can't stand the idea that our relationship could be destroyed because of my jealousy, but I don't know how to stop. This bitch is low. This is low. That's petty. That's petty to go. I just can't stop myself from hating on my own daughter. Lady, you are. Yeah, you won the That's Petty segment of the week. So that's salute to you. Salute to you.
And your daughter.
Yeah.
Shout out.
But we'll wrap it up there. Yeah, man. I think that covers it.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, thank you guys. There's still a person here. You'll see her sometime. She's great. Her energy's great. She hasn't said a word.
It's perfect.
Jordan's a monster. I didn't even know.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, man, it's good to be back. This is our first live. I will say this. I have you have anything coming up you want to promote?
Just Harvard Podcast Studios. We got lots of podcasts happening. Martin Comedy Club here in Vancouver. Come do shows. Come see some shows. Yeah, that's what I got.
Let's go. I have a lot going on. I got new merchandise, hats, shirts, DinoArchie.com. The website's revamped. It's up. It's lit. Tour dates are on there. We are doing our first live night talk in Montreal just for last festival. Let's go. I'll be at that festival doing the Dirty Show. How fitting.
Yeah.
I'll be in a town close to you or, maybe in your town. Who knows? So check my website, and check out the special, Toxic But Safe, produced by myself, and directed by Jordan, my confidant, my low-life partner in crime. And yeah, we're at 35,000 views. It's lit. It's funny. The reviews are great. It's on my YouTube channel. It's on this channel that you're watching, and on the website if you want to support, put some money on it, and we could keep doing this thing. Thank you so much. Watch out for the crows. Nobody gives a fuck about you, and if someone does, hold on to them tight. That's it from me, guys.
Nice.